Hello everybody, welcome back to Blue Jay Acres. My name is Noelle. Thank you so much for stopping by. So today, I don't have anything to show you during the day. I have literally been gone all day long today. I had to take Ash back up to the college. That takes me about 3 hours. Get Ronnie, and then I had time to quickly make sure Luke was cleaned up enough and he had to go to the doctor. Poor little thing has an ear infection now. This cold turned into an ear infection, so it's just, hopefully this is the end of it because he has been sick now. God love him, almost a week. So we're home now and we're going to start dinner. So I'm going to make this big old fabulous dinner and hopefully you guys enjoy that. So come cook some dinner with me. We're going to start with some mac and cheese. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is I've got noodles back here, just some elbow macaroni. I forget why we had that out. We were cooking something a week or two ago and we had that out. So I'm using up some of it. I still have some more. Macaroni is such a good bang for your buck because you really don't need a whole lot of it. You can make so much with it. And it's very cheap. Multiple meals out of that. So I'm going to start this burner here. And I'm going to just throw in a bunch of, actually, I think I'm going to start off with oil. I was going to just do all butter, but I think I'm going to start with some oil. I'm going to just heat up some olive oil. I'm going to be taking my shortcut because it is already going on 5 o'clock, which means dinner won't be done till like 6, 7. Probably more like 7, but I'm done making everything, so I'm going to use my shortcut without cutting up all the onions and stuff and garlic. Alright, this is hot, so I'm going to add in onions. Woo! Garlic. Okay, we're just going to saute this up. Turn this light on for you guys. Alright. Then I'm going to add my butter. Let that get melted in here with all of this goodness. I'm also going to go on and set my oven to 350. If you want to do it in a pan and then switch it to a baking dish, you can. You just need to cover it with some foil because I am going to cover it for the beginning while it's cooking. This comes together relatively fast. I'm going to go on and add some salt here as well. I'm going to add some flour and just let that cook down. I don't really have a recipe for this. This is just something I just make it. So I don't really have a recipe to show you. But you do want to cook your flour for a little bit. And then as far as cheeses go, I just use whatever I have in my house. Like open and not in the freezer. I'm going to add about a cup of my bone broth that I got here. And just stir that up. Then we're gonna get our milk, because we're gonna thicken it with that too. But I like to use the bone broth if I have it, because it just adds some good flavor in here as well. Plus some good nutrients. Then I'm gonna start adding my milk. I'll switch, I think, to my whisk. Get all this off here. I'm gonna add some pepper. I like a lot of pepper. To give it just a little something, I'm gonna add some of my crushed cayenne red pepper. I'm also gonna add a little bit of garlic salt. A little bit of garlic powder as well. Even though I added all that garlic in, the garlic salt and garlic powder are roasted. So they have like their own flavor they add to it. Then we will be tasting it as we're going to make sure, you know, tastes delicious. Always want to be tasting. And you want it to have a little more flavor here than you want, because once you add the noodles, they're bland, so they will take that flavor too. Get this stirred. Don't want it to burn. The noodles are done. I just want them to get barely cooked at all. So I'm going to strain them because I want them to go into here and finish cooking in this cheesy goodness that will be cheesy goodness. It should be perfect. And we're going to also add some cream cheese to this. Let that cook in there for a minute. I'm going to add mozzarella cheese. Gonna add cheddar cheese. Gonna add Parmesan cheese. Stir this all up. Getting cheesy. Just waiting on this block. I should probably cut it up with my cream cheese. It's alright. Just if I didn't have cream cheese that I'd gotten out of the freezer already in the fridge, then I would not have even added that. But I just like to use up whatever I have. Add it all. We're going to take a little taste of the cream sauce. That is so good. Add macaroni. I want it to be kind of soupy. That's probably all I'm going to add of that, because I don't want it to dry out when I'm cooking it. A tiny bit more. Alright. I'm going to move this off the heat and let it just sit there for a minute. Alright, I'm going to melt some butter in this dish or pan right here. We're gonna make like a little crumb topping for the top. But now that this is settling down as well, I want to go on and top this with more cheese. I'm going to use all 3 cheeses that I already used. I'm also going to add a little bit of dried parsley on here. And get a little bit more of that. Dried parsley. And then here I had some Ritz crackers. So I just crushed up a few Ritz crackers. And we're gonna go put that in our pan and just cook this up just a hair. That's really good enough. And then I'm just gonna sprinkle that on top. Hopefully you guys can see that. Okay, so you can see this. And then I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit more of my crushed cayenne red pepper on top. That's what it looks like. I'm put on my lid. This is gonna go in the oven for about 40 minutes and we'll take it out. We'll take the top off and let this cook the rest of the way through. All right, next we're gonna make some carrots. These will go in the oven to roast as well. I'm gonna toss these with a little bit of oil. I'm going to cut up a pat of butter. Spread it out a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit of salt. I'm going to do a little bit of sugar. Drizzle of molasses. You could just do brown sugar if you wanted to here. A little cinnamon. And I'm also going to add just a tiny bit of my vanilla bean powder. And that's it. I'm going to pop this into the oven as well. You guys can see that. And that's gonna cook with the mac and cheese. All right, you guys, that's half of it while that's cooking. We're also gonna make our main dish, which is gonna be a seared cod with the garlic butter sauce. And we are also going to make some hush puppies to go with that as well. So right now though, I'm gonna just let that cook because both of those cook up very fast. So in about 30 minutes, we'll make those 2 things real quick. All right, it's been time to get this out of the oven. Oh, it's heavy. Ooh, look at that. Oh, that looks so good. I'm gonna let it cook just a little longer and let this just brown a little bit on top. If you look at our carrots here, they're done. I'm just gonna give them a little toss. Oh, they smell and look wonderful. So I'm going to just set this over here. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the hush puppies. I'm doing a very, very basic hush puppy recipe. You can doctor it up by adding all kind of stuff to it if you want. I'm going to just melt some lard here to fry it in. I'm actually going to switch pots. The smaller your pot, the less lard and stuff like that you need to use. And since I need to really like fry these, I'm going to go on and just use a small pot. Alright, we'll let that get all nice and melted. Use whatever kind of oil or fat you have. Sorry, I don't think I was recording, you guys. It's a half a cup of cornmeal. We're just mixing up the hush puppies real quick. About a 1/4 cup of flour. An egg. About a 1/4 cup of milk. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Teaspoon of garlic salt, teaspoon of onion powder, and I'm going to add just a pinch of sugar as well. Then just mix this all up. If you need to add a little more milk, you can, or if you need to add a little bit more flour or cornmeal, you can. Going to be able to drop it by spoonfuls into the lard. That's very easy. Then you're just going to drop it by a spoonful. Don't overcrowd it. I could have probably even used some more lard going on. Could have been a little deeper. I use as little as possible because I don't want to waste it. Just flip them around a little bit because I don't want them sticking to the bottom because I'm using a small pan. Let that finish up. And now I pulled out this mac and cheese. I'm gonna let it just sit for a few minutes though. It's obviously needs to cool off while we're making the rest of the food. Alright, and then for the cod, I've got my cast iron going here. I'm going to heat up a couple tablespoons of oil, get it nice and hot. I am drying my fish. Then I just put some salt and pepper on. And I'm going to put it down in my pan here. And don't overcrowd it. I'm going to add more salt and pepper on the other side. We're going to let this cook for a few minutes on each side to get a good sear and let it kind of cook through. I have a little jar or a little container here. It's got some dried parsley, chives, and dill in it. We're also going to add a little bit of garlic, butter, and lemon. Now you could use fresh, and I'm sure it would taste even better. I don't have any fresh right now. Everything's dried. I do have fresh parsley, but I don't feel like going out to get it. They're not nearly as seared as beautifully. Alright, then we're going to want to scrape all these bits up. I wish that they had all seared so good, but it's alright. They'll still be delicious. They might have been a little too moist. Alright, now in here with all the bits, I'm going to add butter, garlic, lemon juice, just a splash, spices, and we're going to cook this all, get all these bits off of here, all this flavor, this butter melting. I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit. If I had skin on my fish, it would, you know, do better. Brown up better. Then we're going to return our fish. And just kind of put some of the spices and stuff on it. Then we're going to remove it back from the heat. And it's done. So I will show you this. I'll plate it up. Alright, and then here is dinner. Alright, Charles is going to be your taste tester.
This looks really good.
Thank you. I'm going for carrots first.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You like them? He just came in from doing night chores.
Anyway, you make them.
He loves mac and cheese, so.
Mm-hmm.
Look it. He's also hungry, so he's ready to eat his dinner.
That's very good.
I tried all of it. I thought it was all very good. I couldn't eat very much of it, though, because I used a lot of butter tonight.
Mm. It's great seasoning. It's really like flaky.
I thought the fish was perfect. All right, now try the hush puppies. My batteries are dying.
Ooh, Long John Silver's eat your heart out.
They're just basic.
But they're spot on for a hush puppy.
They're very good. They're just basic. Some chopped onion or some cream corn in there would be really good too, but they're very basic. Very good.
That's great the way it is.
All right, guys, I hope you make this amazing dinner because it was all very, very good. I did taste all of it and it was wonderful. I will see all of you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, everybody. Have a great day or night wherever you are.